Savannah, you called the show why?
Because my mom married a man that sexually molested me when I was younger for 10 to 14 years.
How old were you when this was happening?
I was between 7 and 8 years old.
This is when it started?
When it started.
When it was happening, did you tell anyone that this was going on?
I called the police or whatever and told them about him, and he got convicted and sent to prison.
When did you finally tell your mother?
I told her in January when
This past January?
when she called me and wanted to talk about the truth about how she was getting back pay from or child support, and she's like, she wanted to give it to me on graduation, but she couldn't because David, my stepfather, had told her that he deserved it, that he did all this stuff for me from the time I was young till I got older. It just made me so angry. I just didn't want to hear that anymore because I know why all the reason he did all this stuff for was because he could touch me, he could feel on me, he could do this. And he's in prison, but I mean, he gets to do anything. He gets food for free, he gets to work, he's getting to go to school for stuff. And like me, I'm working, and then my mom's writing these letters to him, and he's writing them back. I mean, he's writing them to my mama. And he's talking about how much he loves her and how much he misses her and how much he's going to be changed when he gets out and how they can be together and how that, then I finally moved and I'm on my own and got my own place away from everybody after everything from when he went to jail. And then my mom's going like crazy because she has nobody to lean on, and then she dates all these different men trying to fix it or void, I guess. And then all the men just end up treating me like I'm crap as always. And like I hate men. I just hate them. And like then my mom finds out that I'm dating a girl, and then that just goes out of proportion. She flips about it and doesn't want nothing to do with me for about 3 to 4 years. So 3 to 4 years I'm on my own without her, not having nothing.
And I know with this, what's happened to you has probably changed you as a person, and I can't imagine what you went through and what you're feeling now. I want you to clarify these letters. These are letters from your stepdad to your mom.
Yeah.
And does your mom write him?
Yeah, she writes him, but she says it's not her. It's my brother writing him. But I confronted my brother. My brother said that he hates that. He hates him. That he doesn't want nothing to do with him. Because he said when he found out that all this stuff about him doing to me, he wanted to hurt him so bad. He didn't want nothing to do with him.
And when did your stepfather get arrested?
I believe it might have been in April, but I'm not really sure.
Of this last year?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think your mother still loves this guy, still wants to be with him?
The way I see it, if she didn't, she wouldn't be writing these letters.
So she's writing letters to him. And she knows that for all these years, he's been touching you and doing things that he shouldn't be doing, and he went to jail, and she's still writing him letters.
Yes, and I don't know why she's doing that, because I think it's really wrong. Because if she loves me like she says she does...
I think it's wrong, too, and let's find out what your mom has to say about it.
How do you write these letters to him for?
I wrote these letters. I've wrote him 2 letters in the past 6 or 7 months, Savannah.
Then why is all them letters and all
Because
those letters?
he kept sending them.
Just look at them. I mean, you could ignore them. You don't have to send them. You don't.
Listen to me. I want to tell you.
No, you don't understand. You don't.
No, I'll
You're
never
not in
understand.
my shoes.
No,
You're
I'll
not.
never
You've never
understand
been in
how
my
bad
shoes.
you're hurting.
You say you love me and all that
I
stuff.
do love you.
But, I mean, show it. I mean, talk to me more. Try to understand me more.
I do. You won't tell me things when I try to talk to you.
You don't understand. Who would want to tell their mama and their great mind want to tell their mother that their supposedly father that was supposed to raise them, that they were supposed to tell them that he was touching me and messing with me? Do you know how? You just don't know how bad that hurts. You don't. And it makes me just so mad.
Okay, I want to talk, can I tell you, can I
Yeah,
talk to you now? I want to explain these letters. He has sent me lots of letters, and I haven't wrote them, but here recently I did. Hurting bad too. He is suffering. He misses his daddy so bad, and I know that's hard for you to hear. But he is 13 years old. He misses his daddy. He cried when before he went to prison, and he went to see him for the last time. He cried. They talked. They were supposed to be writing letters together. Believe me, I know he's scum. I know he's a child molester.
If it's so much scum, then why did you stay with
He's
him?
in jail.
Yeah, he's in jail, but you know, you gave him the address where you live at now, near me, and
I
he's
gave
going
him-
to get out of jail. We don't know when because
10 years.
No, I read the letter that he last sent to you that you
He's
didn't
saying
get.
that
You
it might
didn't
be
get
7 years.
Yeah, you didn't get it. I have to start all over again.
I could-
From the beginning. I have to start over. Because he didn't know where I lived at. He didn't know anything. And then you wrote him and told him where you live at now. And I live right beside you.
I know,
So
Savannah.
now I want to do it all over
You
again.
need to quit worrying because that's going to be years down the road. He's got to wear a tracking
It
device.
may be years,
10
but
years
it doesn't
after he
matter.
gets out.
People break laws. People do stuff.
I will protect you. They have to let us get a restraining order and all that before he even got out, Savannah. You need to quit worrying about stuff like
But I
that.
don't want him around my brother.
Well, listen to me.
I mean, why would you want a child molester around
I
your
don't
son?
want him
Why-
around him either.
I mean, why would you? Why would you?
I don't.
Why? You let him write him. You let him write your son. You let him.
I wanted to write him. He wrote him a letter.
The damage that's done to a child when a person that she looks to as a father that would be sexually touching her.
I know that.
I mean, look at her. She's messed up now because of this.
So am I.
And-
I mean, we all are. It's affected the whole
Okay,
family.
so, and this went on for 10, 12, 13, 14 years.
Yes.
This is a lifetime for a child being abused. So can you see it that writing any letter to the man, no matter what the reason, is going to hurt your daughter?
It was not a pleasure letter. Them 2 letters I wrote. It was not like, oh, I miss you. I'm sorry you did something like this. He is scum. I hate him. I don't want nothing to do with him. It was all just to them to have a right relationship. He wrote him a letter telling him, I want you to stay in school, stay off drugs. It was just him talking to him like that. So depressed. He's been crying. He won't.
Well, she says
I
that
mean-
she says when she talks to her brother that he hates his father, that he hates that what he did to
Yeah,
her.
he
that
tells her that, but I hear another story. I see the crying, depressed boy that wants his father. I told him, I said, you don't have to write a letter. If you want to write the letter, he sat down and wrote a letter. I could not read it. He didn't want me to read that letter.
But they're always all addressed to you. Hardly any
I
of them
know.
is addressed to him.
I know. It's all, he's been sent them for a while before I even sent the first letter.
I got to ask.
I understand where
but-
she's coming from.
Then I think nobody's questioning her.
Yeah.
She's obviously been sexually abused for
Yes,
a long
I
time.
understand that.
This has destroyed her. You can
Yes.
see. My question to you is, you never saw any signs all these years? You didn't know anything was going on at all?
No, I didn't.
You didn't see her. I can't believe that her behavior didn't change.
Oh, yeah, she used to get in trouble at school. And, I would talk. She'd get counseling. I mean, it'd never come out, though. And I had conversations before. Savannah, if anybody ever touches you at school, anybody ever touches you, tell me, wouldn't you? Nothing. I never got a sign.
Did you ever
We would be-
suspicious of your husband?
No. I knew nothing.
You're here today because you want to know what your mother knew, right? And we gave you a lie detector test.
Right.
So this is for you. You want some answers, we're going to try to give you answers. And after the show, we're definitely going to get you counseling and help you through this, okay? Well, this is for you, Savannah. You wanted this and you've agreed to do it, which I'm glad that you're trying to help with your daughter.
Yes.
Did you know your daughter, Savannah, was being sexually abused by your husband? You answered no. Do you still love your husband? You answered no. Do you want to be back in a relationship with your husband when he gets back out of prison? You answered no. And the results of your mother's lie detector test is that she's telling the truth.